Now we've learned about the old tech guru at the helm of Alibi. Who are some other new characters we can expect in the book?
Oh, well, I think he's the Richter character. I think he becomes a very, although he's dead, the whole investigation is about him and his life and his psychology. So I think he's the major new character. But Vaughn Cupido, because Benny Griesel falls off the wagon, and this was something that I never planned. This just sort of organically happened in the writing of the novel. Benny was drunk, so someone had to step up, step forward and take over the investigation, and that became Vaughn Cupido. So the spotlight in this book is more on Vaughn Cupido than ever before. And I love that because Vaughn is a rascal. He's a really interesting character. He's very funny. And Vaughn falls in love very much. He falls very hard for a very beautiful woman. So that was an interesting thing to write about.
Now, as an author, does Benny annoy you? That he keeps falling off the wagon? Or is it funny for you? Do you see him as...
No, it's not funny. You know, I mean, for me, he's very real. I spend more time with fictional, non-existent people than real people, and they become my fictional friends. You know, I mean, that's the weird part of writing. So Benny is very close to me, and when Benny suffers, then I feel for him. I mean, it really upsets me emotionally. So I don't want him to be falling off the wagon or having a tough time, but that is what happens. Because cops are so exposed to trauma all the time. Post-traumatic stress disorder is something that is really happening amongst policemen and women, and some of them drink because of it. And falling off the wagon is a very real thing. And for Benny, he had an experience in the book that made him fall off the wagon. So, you know, it's that texture of truth, the verisimilitude that I think you have to put into a book to make it believable. So I didn't enjoy doing it, but you have to allow it to happen because that's the story that needs to be told. But as I say, you know, then Vaughn Cupido steps in and takes over the investigation until Benny sufficiently recovers to get going again. And one of my big writing philosophies is if I'm not surprised in the writing process, then the reader isn't going to be surprised. If I'm not having fun, the reader won't have fun. And I had a lot of fun writing this book.